Hi, I'm Jake, and today I'm going to be bringing you along with us on our family trip aboard the NCL Bliss. We specifically took the Panama Canal cruise that started in Long Beach, California, and made its way south along the coast to Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Quetzal, to Punterenas, Panama City, through the canal to Cartagena, and ending in Miami, Florida. So come join us on this 16-day journey through the world's two oceans and the lands that lie between them.
We first boarded the ship around noon, but we had to wait for the staff to finish cleaning our rooms before we could go to them. So we decided to have our first meal at Lazer. Lazer, Taste, and the Manhattan Room are all complimentary restaurants, and they all share the same menu. But the Manhattan Room is only open for dinner, while Lazer and Taste are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The menu changes between meals, and every day there are new specials to choose from. Around 3, we were finally allowed into our rooms, so we swung by to drop off our luggage.
It's currently 3:30 and the ship takes off in a half an hour, but I've been on board since 11:30 and I've mostly just been walking around seeing where everything is at and what all there is to do.
The ship was scheduled to disembark at 4, so we went to the top floors to watch it take off. So long, Long Beach. Soon after that, we met up at the observation lounge on the 15th floor, which is located at the front of the ship. The observation lounge is a place where you can relax among large windows that look over the ocean, and it offers snacks and beverages that you can enjoy while you do so. After chillin', we made our way one floor up to the Garden Cafe, which is the ship buffet. It too changes daily and has a rotating selection for every meal. The next day was mostly just a lazy day. We ate breakfast at the buffet, and sometime later, I took a nap. After snoozing, my sister grabbed a shake at Coco's, and then we headed to our first show at the theater, which was a play called Jersey Boys. The theater is located at the front of the ship on floor 7. This is where you can watch live entertainment, and it also serves as the loading area for those who signed up to go on excursions booked through the cruise line. The ship can get crowded, which causes long wait times for the elevators. When heading down, I usually take the stairs, but when heading up, I would sometimes use the elevators, depending on how many floors up I needed to go. Later, we ate at the Local, which is the only complimentary restaurant that is open 24/7. We went there often in order to grab a late night snack.
December 8th, which is the third day of the cruise. Today we went to Cabo San Lucas and I got on the tender about a little before noon. And once I got there, we basically went on an excursion, a boat excursion, over to check out the arches. But I specifically went on a glass boat so we could see all these colorful fish underneath, and that was really cool.
Okay, family, do you want to know the name of the fishes?
Yes.
Okay, that's Juanito, Panchito, Carlito.
After that, we returned back to shore and I went and ate at Romeo and Julieta, which is an Italian food place, and it was pretty dang good actually. and didn't have a whole lot of time to explore, so I looked around a little bit, but I got back to the tent there at 5 to head back over to the ship, and I think I'm gonna go hit up the hot tub now.
Instead of booking an excursion with the ship, we decided to take a lift. We were dropped off near a restaurant called Ocean Azul, and we stopped in to grab a bite to eat. They seated us right on the beach, where we could hear the ocean waves and watch the birds. After eating, we decided to head towards Los Muertos Beach Pier, which was roughly a mile away. We followed the path that ran along the ocean until we stumbled across a little market in Plaza de Armas. On the other side of the plaza was a church with the crown Renaissance tower called Parish of Our Lady of Guadalupe. My brother, nephew, and I explored some of the back streets. While making our way further inland, we encountered an area called Centro Cultural Quali. We walked behind one of the buildings and were treated with a cool view of the Rio Quali. Soon after that, we made our way back to shore to meet up with family at the pier. After spending a couple hours near the pier, we went looking for tacos and stumbled across a place called Los Molcajetes. When we were done eating, we swung by next door to grab a pastry at a place called Yulo's Bakery, which had smells coming from it that we couldn't resist. It was time to head back to the ship, so we ordered a lift and took a 20-minute car ride back. Once we were on board, we finished the night off as we often did, chilling in the hot tub.
Today is December 10th. It is our 5th day at sea. I really haven't done much except hang out at the observation lounge, but right now I'm gonna go see if I can catch the Beatles. I'm gonna get in a little early though because it fills up, so need to try and get some seats.
We didn't get seats to the show, so we explored the waterfront instead, which is a deck on floor 8 that wraps around the sides and the aft of the ship.
Yeah, this is dope. We need to come hang here tomorrow.
We should say meet out here from now on.
I think this is my new spot.
Yeah. So the Beatles Experience started around 7, but me and my family went down to see if we could get a seat at 6, and it was absolutely packed. So instead we waited for the 7 showing to get done, which was done around 7:45, and we immediately went there to get seats to the next show, which was 9, which we were successful at doing. And you know what? It was a blast. They were all super good. They were on point, the tone was good, and I highly recommend you check them out. It's December 11th, which is day 6 of the cruise. Today we're just at sea again. The ocean waves were rough, so we thought it'd be a fun time to play mini golf. There's 5 holes, and the course is located on the 19th floor near the aft of the ship. When we finished our game, we made our way down to the sun deck on floor 17 to play some ping pong.
I say we get a ping pong table for our grandpa's house.
Where are you going to put it?
We'll take the blue couch out.
For dinner, we ate at the Manhattan Room, which has a cozier atmosphere than the other complimentary restaurants on board. The food is also more upscale than what you will find at the buffet. So right now we're walking through the colorful streets of Antigua, Guatemala.
We booked a tour through the cruise company just because we wanted to make sure we got back to the boat afterwards. It's a self-guided tour and they just hand you a map and send you on your way.
When we first arrived in town, we immediately set out to find some breakfast. A few blocks away from the bus stop, we stumbled across a place called Patio de la Primera, and we all ordered the Guatemalan breakfast and some coffee. After eating, we only had roughly 2 more hours left to explore, so we made our way to the Arch, while stopping at Central Park, the San Jose Cathedral, and many other cool buildings along the way. Once we got to the Arch of Santa Catalina, we found a paleta shop and purchased a few to snack on while we continued to make our way a short distance north to the La Merced Church and Monastery. At that point, we knew we were running short on time, so we got more coffee and started to make our way back to the pickup area. It was important that we got to the bus stop early because we had a very short time frame to get on the bus. The bus basically pulls in, picks up its passengers, and takes off due to there being a line of buses waiting behind it. So if you're not there when the bus is, you will miss it. I really liked Antigua, but the problem is we only had about 3 hours there, and it's a 90-minute to 2-hour bus ride there, and then another 90-minute and 2-hour bus ride back. So you spend more time on the bus than you actually do on the town itself, but even the bus ride is pretty cool, you know, just looking at the lush countryside and all the sugarcane fields and the volcanoes. Like, it's a good time. Like I said, I recommend it, but now I'm tired. Gotta get to bed. We are now about halfway through the journey. The observation lounge on floor 15 is one of my favorite spots to hang out at. I come up here every morning to get a cup of coffee, and I spend most of my days at sea chilling out here.
I met up with family at the waterfront and we relaxed on the deck for a couple hours. Afterwards, we went and ate lunch at Taste. It's day 8, and I still haven't gone for a swim yet. Usually I'm a swimmer, but there's a lot of people in the pool during the day, and the whole deck around it's usually always busy and there's loud music going off, and I'm not a super big people person, so but I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go hit the slides up. The ship has 2 slides, and you can find both of them on the deck of the 17th floor. The first slide is called Ocean Loops, which sends you upwards and downwards. You have to be a certain weight to ride it, and you can't wear any jewelry or accessories while doing so. The second slide is the Aqua Racer, which is a cool tube slide. Both slides extend out over the ocean, offering you a unique view of it. When I was done riding the slides, I met up with my family at the Bliss Speedway to race go-karts around the 2-story racetrack. The go-karts go up to 20 miles per hour, and you get about 10 minutes of driving time. It costs $15 per ride, but there is an unlimited pass available for purchase.
You get a DDM?
Yeah, good one. That's all I really want.
That's all we wanted.
So you want just pasta?
Oh shoot! How do you do that?
Today is day 9 of the cruise and we are in Costa Rica. My family and I booked the Tram River cruise, so that's gonna be fun. I've personally been to Costa Rica about 6 years ago, but my family never has, so I'm excited for them to see it. We started today by taking a 40-minute bus ride to the boat tours, but along the way we had a guide just like we did in Guatemala, and he just told us a lot about Costa Rica and just a bunch of tidbits. Once we got to the boat tours, it was pretty sweet because we saw a ton of small crocodiles and a couple big ones, along with a bunch of birds, which there's a guided pamphlet to help you recognize them all, and the guide also tells you what's going on. After that, we jumped on the bus for another half hour to like 40 minutes to the tram, but before doing the tram, we ate lunch, and then we went on a little nature walk where the guide pointed out some bats and these ants. The ants was actually my favorite part of the day. They were all working, carrying leaves back and forth, and after that we went into a little area that was like a butterfly exhibit, and just huge, beautiful butterflies were flying around. After that we actually went and got on the tram and rode it up. You don't get off up there, you just go around the loop and you come straight back down, but you know, you get to see the rainforest from up high, and yeah, it was a good time. Once we got back to the ship, we wanted to ride the go-karts for a second time to see what the track was like at night. After that, we went up to watch the Beatles Experience Argentina again. But this time we watched them in the theater, where it was much easier to get seats than when they were at the Cavern Club. So today's another day at sea. I started my morning eating at Taste, and they honestly have the best breakfast on the boat. They've got eggs benedicts, huevos rancheros, and multiple other things.
I tried the local, and honestly, that only just had like standard egg breakfast, and then there was like an English breakfast, so I wasn't too impressed by that, and getting a little sick of the breakfast at the buffet because it reminds me of Hotel Continental breakfast in a way. I mean you can find stuff, but I just wanted a fancier breakfast. So yeah, now I think I'm gonna go take some B-roll of the boat.
We spent a good portion of the day capturing footage, but I did stop at the locals' balcony to watch a band called Temperature play. At 7:30, we made our way to the Bliss Theater to attend a show called Icons, which featured singers performing all the hits.
So we made it to Panama City. We didn't book any excursions, and instead we just paid to ride around town.
We Ubered over to Casco Viejo, where it's kind of like the older part of the city, and we're just kind of wandering around.
Yep.
After walking around for a little while, we stopped at Unido Panama Coffee Roaster to grab a cup of geisha coffee, which is a Panama City specialty coffee that is made from one of the most expensive beans in the world. When we finished our coffee, we decided to take a 15-minute walk north to Mercado de Marisco, which is a fish market. We took our stroll during low tide, so we saw a bunch of boats moored in the mud. Once we got to the fish market, we peeked inside and took in all the sights and smells. After wandering around a little, we realized we wanted to spend the rest of the day in the historic area of Casco Viejo, so we decided to make our way back. Once we got to Casco Viejo, we grabbed lunch at a place called La Pulperia, which specialized in seafood. When we finished eating, it started to rain, so we walked a couple blocks towards the Metropolitan Cathedral Basilica of Santa Maria, which is a stone church that was built in 1796. When the rain stopped, we made our way over to a bakery called Saint Honore to get a pastry called a Milojas in order to celebrate Panama being my sister's 30th country that she had visited. Once we were done eating, we made our way back to France Square, which is where we started our journey. We took in our final view of the Panama skyline, and then we ordered a Lyft to pick us up. It was 6 o'clock, and we still had a few more hours left before we needed to be back on the ship. So we had the Lyft drop us off at a place nearby called the Vita Bella, where we did some last minute shopping. After shopping, we swung by a restaurant called Sabroso Panama and grabbed a bite to eat. At 8, we ordered another lift and headed back to the ship. We just got back from Panama, and I gotta say that's one of the longest shore days that you get on this cruise. It was literally a 12-hour day. Our day wasn't quite finished yet, so we headed to deck 8 to relax for a while we waited for the tide to get low enough for a ship to make it under the Bridge of the Americas.
This is insane.
It feels like it just barely cleared it. Right now it's 4:50 in the morning and I'm headed up to the observation lounge to find a spot for going through the Panama Canal. Once I got to the observation lounge, I only ended up spending a few minutes there before deciding to make my way down below to check out the front deck on floor 8. Normally the front deck of floor 8 is closed to guests, but on the day that the ship goes through the canal, they open it up for everyone. As you would expect, both the observation lounge and the front deck of 8 were absolutely packed. After hanging out at the front deck of floor 8, we decided to make our way to the waterfront to check out the views from the back deck of the 8th floor. It was less crowded there, and it felt like you had a better view of the closing locks because you were physically closer to it and could look directly over the railing, which you couldn't do at the front deck. Unlike at the front, at the aft of the ship, we could see a tugboat moving back and forth, which kept us from running into the walls of the lock.
It's a beautiful day in the Panama Canal. Right now we're headed through Gatun Lake. We've already gone through the first set of locks and now we're headed for the second.
After running around the ship, we decided it was a good time to take a break, so we swung by Taste to grab some breakfast. When we were finished eating, we headed up to the top floor to watch the ship pass underneath the cable bridge, called Puente Centenario. After that, we made our way to a pool deck to purchase some Panama Canal merch, which regular sized clothing sells out fast, so we had to act fast to get some. Being that it was a hot day, we decided to go chill in the observation lounge for a little while we watched the ship navigate its way through Gatun Lake.
So Brody, you gonna join us today? Okay, that's good.
We met up with my brother and nephew, and made them check out the locks from our favorite spot on the back deck of floor 8, which they had missed earlier. After we cleared the locks, we all made our way up to the top deck, near the laser tag zone, to watch the ship go underneath the final bridge, Punte Atlantico. It's now about 2:30 and we are officially through the Panama Canal. I basically just spent the whole day running around taking photos and videos, and man, it was hot and humid. Now I'm ready for a swim. you are greeted by a small park where you can interact with birds and other animals. We plan to spend as little time here as possible, but as you know, things happen.
He's my favorite.
You can help.
Oh my goodness.
Right now we are in Cartagena, Columbia, and it is our final land day of the cruise.
We have a very short amount of time, so we just decided to go out on our own. We came to the old town inside the walled city.
In this city, there were people haggling you everywhere you went. You'd be surprised by all the ways they try to make $1 off of you.
No. Everybody knows. Oh, where am I from? The States.
United States.
Yeah, the States.
So you guys,
One fall, United States. One fall, United States.
The very middle.
We had one guy who followed us for several blocks trying to sell my brother something. Regardless, the architecture was really cool to look at, especially the walls of Cartagena.
Any South American really? You did though?
Oh, I got
Offered cocaine within a second.
How is this happening like 20 times in 1 block radius?
The walls of Cartagena are stone walls that wrap around part of the city, and they were built in the 1600s. You can walk around on top of the wall, and it has no entry fee. Like always, it was time to track down some coffee. It was a half hour till 2, which is when we needed to meet back up with my mom, but that didn't stop us from getting distracted along the way.
it's hot.
When we found my mom, we did some last-minute shopping ourselves. After that, we paid a taxi for a ride back to ship. On the way, we passed by Fort San Felipe de Barajas, which we were unable to visit due to time.
¿Quién tiene siglo? ¿Quién lo tiene?
That'll help.
It's a baby! Chick, there's a baby!
We're just now leaving Colombia, and it was a pretty good time, but we didn't have a whole lot of time here. I thought we could see the fort and Old Town, but we only made it to Old Town and, you know, just barely had enough time to walk around the wall, get some coffee and a little snack, and do a little bit of shopping, and that was about it.
We started our morning with breakfast at Lazer. After that, we relaxed in the observation lounge. For lunch, we ate at the American Diner, and then we went for a swim. As always, we went to the hot tub. We finished the night off in the same place that we started, at Lazer.
This is a video.
Oh, shit.
Great legend. There you go.
My sister Sydney took out all her jewelry, so she was finally allowed to ride the Ocean Loop's water slide. After that, we went and watched the Beatles for the final time. Like all journeys, this too had come to an end.
So that's that, everyone. If you're planning on taking a specific cruise or a route that's similar to it, maybe with a different cruise line even, hopefully you learned something from this. If you were just watching to be entertained, well, hopefully that happened too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.